Hi, today we'll see how Sumifs formula can be used with some real world scenarios. The Sumifs syntax is equal to Sumifs. First argument is sum range, the second argument is criteria range 1, and the third argument is criteria 1. So whenever you have more than one criteria, you can use the sum ifs formula. So you can also include criteria range 2, criteria range 3, and so on and so forth. And now we have a sales data set here, which has a salesperson name, state, and the sales amount. Now, as a sales head, if you want to find out the total sales above 1,000, how do you summarize it? So first thing, if we have to do this manually, we have to identify in this row which are the cells that are above 1,000, and then we have to summarize only those cells. So to highlight these cells, we'll just select by clicking the left mouse button, and let's select those cells and go to conditional formatting and highlights. Click on the highlight cell rules, and then go to the greater than option. Here you have to mention above 1,000. So let's mention this and okay. So these are the cells above 1,000, and if you want to summarize this, is equal to if you have to do that manually, is equal to cell number C10, and then again summarize the cell number C12, and then cell number C15. Okay, and then press enter. So the sales that has been done, about the total sales about 1,000 that has been done is 5,310. So this is a bit time taking, and it's very difficult to do when you have a large data set. Okay, so we should use a simpler method whenever there's a large data set. And for this, sumifs can be most useful to find out the total sales above 1,000. So is equal to, as we have seen the syntax, is equal to sumifs. So as you type, okay, 1 second, sumifs, as you type this, you get the drop down option, click on the sumifs. Now what is the sum range? The sum range is here, which is the sales. You want to summarize the sales which are about 1,000. So you take that sum range. Now, what is a criteria range? Criteria is you want the sales to be summarized only above 1,000, right? That is a criteria. So criteria also is a range also is your sum range. So again, in the criteria range also you select the sum range here, and then now what is your criteria? It should be greater than. So you will use greater than symbol and greater than 1,000. This is the reference cell for 1,000, F10, and then close the parenthesis and enter. But the Excel is showing some that there's a problem with this formula, and you cannot even enter the complete formula. So you click OK, and let's check what's the problem with the formula. Now there is greater than symbol, and there is a reference cell F10 which says that okay, we want to summarize the data, summarize the range, the cells above 1,000. But this is not working. So what here, the logical operator greater than symbol and the reference cell need to be connected with ampersand. So ampersand is this symbol. So you have to use ampersand. So this is the symbol ampersand. So now whenever you're taking any reference cell, the ampersand will be used to connect with the logical operator. Now let's see again, enter this, and let's press enter. Again, there is a problem with the formula. Let's see what's the what correction we need to do. And we have given the logical operator which is greater than and the reference cell with an ampersand to connect both. But here this ampersand, sorry, this greater than symbol, the logical operator greater than, should be put in inverted commas. Okay, so we'll put this ampersand in double quotation marks. Now, why this is mandatory? Because in Excel, whenever you enter a formula other than numbers or other than the cell reference, whatever you enter has to be entered in double quotation marks, because that will be treated as a text. So after this, entering this, now we have given the double quotation marks and the ampersand to connect the cell. And let's press enter and we have got the same result, 5310. So this is how you work with the logical operators. So this is a formula which I have entered. You have to remember that whenever you do concatenate with a reference cell with a logical operator, you have to use the concatenate symbol, that is ampersand. And then for the logical operators, you have to include them in the inverted commas or the double quotation marks. So let's go to one more example. Now there's one more data set here. This is color and quantity of t-shirts. Now there are some red, blue, green t-shirts here with certain quantity in this range. Now you want to find out the total quantity of red t-shirts. So how do you find out only the red t-shirts? Instead of doing it manually, we'll again take the Sumifs is equal to Sumifs. Okay, so we'll click on this. Sorry. And then we have to enter the bracket. Now the sum range is nothing but you want to find out the quantity. So quantity you're taking and then put a comma. Now what is the criteria range? Criteria is that red. So red is there in this range, right? So you will select the criteria ranges A21 to A26. And then your criteria is it has to be equal to red, right? So you will write, you will take the cell D24 and let's see if this is working. So this is working, right? So this is equal to D24. So if you're taking this, this will simply give the answer as this. But if you want, which is not equal to, so you have the formula here, I can show you. So you can even use ampersand or you can directly use, so even like what I have told before, you can sum a formula and you have used the same B21 to B26 as your sum range and the criteria range is in the uh, A21 to A26, which is in the pink color column. Now here we have used equal to D24 with equal to symbol in the quotation marks and ampersand. So we have connected this with this, but other this is not required in the case of because not required in the case of equal to operator. You can just directly give this also. So you might be thinking that we have to give this, but for equal to operator, you can just directly give the reference cell and just press enter. So you'll get the same answer. But if it is greater than, but if it is great, like how I showed you, but if it is greater than certain value, or if it is not equal to certain value, then you have to incorporate this with inverted commas and the ampersand. So let's do one thing and let's copy down. Now we want to know the total number of blue t-shirts and green t-shirts. So as you know, we can always copy down the formula in Excel by clicking the left mouse button and we'll drag this down. But there's some error that is being shown here, some green, and there's an error symbol. So let's see what's wrong with this. This and click on this one and see. So formula omits edges and cells. Okay, so what exactly the Excel is trying to explain us? Let's double click on the cell and see what's the formula here. Now, if you see, this is B22 to B27, the sum range. And see, it is also selected from B22 to B27. So when I click on the formula, it is selecting, it is omitting the red t-shirt, the quantity 3, and it is calculating a blank row and a blank space. So what happens is that whenever your formula is copied down, it takes the relative reference. Excel will always take the relative reference and the range of cells also will get changed. Actually, we have to do with B21 to B26. But since we have copied down the formula, the reference, it will take cell from the next one and it will take from blue to the 27, that is from 22 to 27. So we are getting this problem and of course, so the answers will not be correct. We have to do, so in this formula, what we'll do is we will have to log the range, okay, the row range, so that it is staying from 21 to 26. So how do you log the cells? So for this, you have to left click and select this range, both the sum range and criteria range, and just press F4 on your keyboard. Now the entire range is locked. So uh, this is the dollar symbol. Sorry. Okay, now let's press enter. Now let's see this formula. Now the dollar symbol is there between in front of the column as well as in front of the row. So here we are in the same column. We're not changing any column, right? We're not going to the next column, but we are changing the rows as we copy down. So you can just remove the this lock from the column and only keep the lock only on the row range. So again, you have to press F4 for this. So now the columns get unlocked and the row range gets locked. Okay. So the 21 to 26, okay, rows are locked, and even in A column, the 21, 26 A range is locked. Now, if you copy and then press enter. Now, if you copy down the formula, let's see. Okay, though, see now it is taking the relative reference. It's not taking the next cell or whatever. It is taking the same cell. It's not omitting the red. Okay, here like how, and here also it is not omitting any cell. So the same range will be the row range will be from 21 to 26. So this is how you lock and unlock a cell by pressing F4. One time will lock the entire range, or if you press it for the second time, it will lock only the row. And if you want to remove the if you want to remove this uh, unlock the all the range, then again you have to press F4 and one more time. So this entire thing gets unlocked. So this is how you lock and unlock a cell. Now the there's a small twist in the question where you want to find out the total quantity not equal to red t-shirts. So here we've calculated those which are equal to the number of red t-shirts. So not equal to means we should include the total of blue and green. So we can normally do this, but with sum of formula, it is much better. So you can use sum of formula, and let's see what's the formula entered here. So here we have entered the same range, and then we have entered the uh, for the sum range and the criteria range. B21 to B26 for the sum range and A21 to A26, and we have locked both the column as well as a row range by pressing F4. And here we have hard coded it. We have not entered the cell, but we have hard coded like not equal to red. This symbol, right? This symbol is not equal to red, and uh, put it in the quotation marks. Now plus enter, then we are going to get this. So this symbol is whenever you want something not equal to, you have to put this symbol. Now, if I copy down this formula, since I have mentioned red, I have not mentioned the relative reference. And if I try to copy down the formula, let's see what Excel gives. It's giving the same thing because in this also it is red. So we have to change it. We have to get 13, sorry, we have to get the other, so not equal to blue. So we have to change not equal to blue. And then press enter. So you're getting, so this is one thing which is not equal to blue. Okay. And again, here you can change it to not equal to green. Okay. And then give green. So, so you'll get the summary of red and blue t-shirts here. So this is how you get the uh, summary with not equal to. Now, instead of hard coding for each and every cell, we can just take the relative reference instead of writing this greater than and equal to red. So let's you use the same thing like how we have used in the previous formula, not equal to symbol, and then press ampersand and give the relative reference here, and then click OK. So now this is you're taking the relative reference. Now, if you copy down the formula, so this cell will take this as a relative reference, and this cell will take this as a relative reference. So let's see, we're going to get the same result. We have copied down the formula. Now let's see what's see, we have copied down this, and D25 it is taken. So we have logged all this, the sum range and the criteria range, but we have not logged the cri criteria. We have not logged it. So what happens is when you go down, the Excel will take the relative cell reference here, and here it is taken blue as a relative reference. And if you can see here, now it has taken D26. So it will move down the range and taking the relative reference. But if you log this range, the range is not changing because we have logged both the columns and as well as the rows. So this is how you work with sumifs. And whenever you're copying down the formula, it is important to use when to lock the rows and unlock the rows, or when to lock the columns or unlock the columns, as well as and when to use the logical operators, how to use them, and whether you have to concatenate with the reference cell or not. So all this need to be taken care of when you do the sumifs uh, scenario and formulas. So I hope I have cleared many doubts here. If you have need any more clarifications, please put it in the comment section. And thank you for watching.